Hello.
Competition.
Go back. नीचे नहीं वेलकम उल्टा वेलकम तो उल्टे ही आएगा ऑब्वियस जब होगा क्या फाइन दोनों स्टिकर्स आ रहे हैं क्या तो दोनों क्लोज कर लेना बहुत ज्यादा दूर हो रहा है
Good evening, everyone. We are very happy on what our podium to invite you all people for Vani Debate, and we are also very happy that PGP 2015 representative is first representing for Vani Debate. We would first like to thank Professor Kumar Rakesh for kindly accepting this debate and willingly accepting this debate, willfully accepting this debate, Aravinda Babu, who is representing our batch as well. So, right now, this is our sponsor NewsBase. So, you can install this app and you can have watch the news at very swift time. It will take only 140 characters, and you can just have a quick view through almost all the news that is happening around the world. And this is our topic for the day. Should juvenile offenders be tried and punished as adults? And for proposition, we have Aravinda Kumar Babu, and for opposition, we have Professor Kumar Rakesh. And this debate is going to have this structure. Opening statement first will be given by proposition, which is Aravinda Kumar Babu for first 7 minutes, and followed by opposition by Professor Kumar Rakesh for 7 minutes, followed by where they can question each other if they what they spoke previously, and then we have audience interaction where you can question both the participants of the debate, and followed by closing statement first by opposition, and followed by closing statement by proposition for 4 minutes each. So we welcome both the participants, Professor Kumar Rakesh and Aravinda Babu, on the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I would first like to thank Podium Club for organizing this event, as well as to all my batchmates for selecting me as the batch representative to represent our batch to debate with our beloved faculty. So, first I would like to make clear what I am going to speak for. I am going to speak for why juvenile people should be treated as adults and what are the problems and consequences of not doing so. If you want the juveniles separately from adults, you should have a juvenile justice system in place. And this is where the problem occurs. If you have such a juvenile justice system in place, before going to that, I would like to tell what is the widely accepted definition of juvenile justice in the world. Juvenile justice is defined as the area of criminal law which is applicable to all juvenile offenders who are not old enough to be held responsible for such criminal acts. What do they mean by not old enough? They give some number. At times they say 18, at times they change it to 17, and it comes back to 18 again. And sometimes it even comes to 15. And they think a lot about this number. And we bother about what that number is. For convenience sake, let's take the number to be young. Before going further, I would like to ask you one question. Do any of you here, including yourself, believe that any person who is not mature to perform a crime activity on the eve of his 10th birthday gets maturity all of a sudden when he gets birthday bonus on that midnight? Do you think it happens? Definitely not. Doesn't it sound ridiculous? Let me ask you another question. What is wrong about this law? Irrespective of the crime they commit, whatever be the crime, whatever be the impact of the crime, these so-called juvenile criminals are treated by the so-called juvenile courts and are given short-term sentences based on the so-called juvenile law. Is it fair? Think about the impact it creates on the lives of the victim and the families of the victim. I don't want to get emotional by getting into personal instances of such offences. According to one disturbing statistic by NCRB, 30,766 children, including 1,532 girls, were arrested in 2011, and the number increased to 35,465, including 1,672 girls in 2012. This is not a small increase, this is a 15% increase. And if there is no proper check on this growth rate will even surpass the growth rate of Google and Facebook one day. Do you want it to happen? Definitely not. How to stop it? Do away with this juvenile justice. Please, everyone say this juvenile justice which is in place not only help juvenile people as defined by law below the age of that particular gang, but even above that particular age. Think about someone who is 10 plus 1 or 10 plus 2 years old and commits crime. How long it will take for them to say that they are lesser than 10 years old and get away with short sentences? It happened as in case of Ajmal Amir Prasad. He tried to do so, but luckily he was proved to be greater than 10 years old. So he was fined to death. Had he proved lesser, had he succeeded in proving that he is lesser than 10 years of age, what would have happened? Luckily not, luckily it didn't happen. Yeah, I do agree that there are tests to identify the determined age of the person, but how long will it take for someone to bribe a doctor? I'm not against doctors by saying that everyone will be bribed. There are several good doctors in the world, but still, why can't they be threatened to do so? This not only helps people who are N plus 1 and N plus 2 years old, this even helps people who are greater than N plus 2 years old. How long will it take for someone of that age to convince the juvenile to do a crime on behalf of them by saying that the benefit of doing such crimes way far higher than the cost of doing that crime? If you tell someone, I'll pay you lakhs and lakhs of money, you just need to serve 2 to 3 years of prison, he'll definitely accept it. Why can't someone do that sort of crime? And to finish my starting proposition, I would like to say that the crime for anyone, irrespective of what the person is, should be purely based on the maturity and the level of thinking, and it should never be based on age. Let's do so. Let us treat the person as adult if they are committed adult crimes. Thank you.
Should I? Yes. Okay, good evening. Good evening. And thank you so much. So let me tell you, this is indeed the first debate of my life. You have to believe it. Yeah. So good. I have to oppose this motion, and I'll oppose it with head as well as heart. Let me give you a situation. You know, so say Jignesh is 16 years old now. Was born an orphan, left onto the streets to serve himself and survive. At around 12, he was picked by someone, was brought into drugs trafficking. At 16, he was caught. The question is, as a society, what do you want to see this situation as? The situation is person who left him orphan, person who picked him or brought him into drug trafficking, Jignesh himself, or probably a larger society who is going to plan adult-like punishment for Jignesh's action, which was an action to survive or perish. Okay, let me take you to another situation. Most of you, I assume, might have watched some or the other version of Drishyam. Okay, if you have not, let me simulate the situation. So there is a person, let us assume that he is below 18 or below 19, below 17, born to a very accomplished parents, started riding, power bikes and Porsches at 16, sneaking into girls' hostel at 17, and for all the crimes, her mother was there to save him, and protect him and shield him. At 18, he commits a murder or a more heinous crime. As a society, whom do we want to blame, and how do we want to rectify the situation? Where should the ownership lie? So probably this entire situation of juvenile, and they should be treated as and punished as and tried as adults, was triggered, at least in this country, by the daily rape situation. So what are some of the issues after that? So if you see, as my friend suggested some statistics. So the situation was about this act. The current state of this act is the Parliamentary Standing Committee has opposed this act left, right and center, and the Supreme Court has quashed it. Right? It doesn't make sense at all. We cannot have same system for adults and juvenile. Now the rationale is why? And the government hastily took it back. So the way they were hasty to bring it, and you will understand why, right? Because social media was playing a role, their vote banks was playing a role. So they brought in this law in haste, and if at all it would get order, why did they go ahead and execute it against the wishes of the judiciary? Why it has been crashed? So are we going to say that we are here to oppose the Supreme Court? Yes, of course. Given an opportunity, we should debate. So let me now give you some reason, irrespective of what Supreme Court says, why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because, first reason, accountability of the crime. Who is accountable for the crime? A person who is out of his mental balance. Will you try him as a normal person? a person who does not understand the complete implication of the crime, say a juvenile, will you hold him equally accountable for that crime the way you will hold an adult? One, the repercussion of the punishment. If you treat a juvenile as an adult, do you think slapping a 20-year-old is same as slapping a 12-year-old kid? For your information, it's illegal in the US. You cannot slap even your own ward. Do you think that bringing a 12-year-old kid in a trial room has got the same bearing on a thick-skinned as it has on a thick-skinned criminal? Do you think prisoning a 15-year-old in a normal prison is same as sending a veteran prisoner to a Bihar? If the repercussion of punishment on these people are distinct, and if the accountability of these individuals for the crime which they have committed is different, what is the logic of treating them same? Most importantly, why you should not do that? Have we exhausted all our options? Have we exhausted the option of correction against punishment? If we have not, shouldn't they be corrected and brought to the mainstream rather than they be left there with mainstream criminals to become veteran criminals who will choose crime as a career? So the option is before us as a society. For so many other reasons, right from the genesis of a juvenile crime up to how it is different and why given a better alternative we should not treat them same, I oppose the motion. Thank you.
Now this is the rebuttal round for 10 minutes.
I have to or who has to start?
You can start.
Okay. So the first thing is, I think my friend, with all due respect to the points he raised, his first big issue in the situation is with regard to, and unfortunately he got stuck with it for quite some time, is with regard to where is the cutoff age. Right? Whether it should be 18 or whether it should be 17 or whether it should be 19. So that the answer is very simple. He is confused because he is seeing world as a monolith. He started that how do we see this world and juvenile in this world, forgetting that if you exist in China, you will have to leave your home, go back to Beijing and build a stadium if Olympic is happening there. So that is the rule of dictatorship. If you go to Canada, they are treated as juvenile up to the age of 18. If you stay in India, we have a defined age category for juveniles. If you go to US, you have defined age category. So I think the problem or the confusion is misplaced by the context that you choose. One. Coming to the issue of fairness. Is it fair? I do a murder at 17, I am treated differently. Someone else commits a murder at 19 and is treated differently. Is it fair? question has got a very clear answer. It's absolutely clear if you are able to establish. If a jury can establish in absence of substantial evidence which the prosecution could not provide, the suspect is proven innocent. If a jury can pass on such a verdict, can't the jury pass a verdict under what circumstances of mental faculty the crime was committed? If at all it has to be passed. Whether it was committed by someone under the umbrella of jihad, or whether it was committed by someone who is trying to survive as a Jignesh. And the jury may question that. And if you can fix the accountability, you have got the rule of fairness absolutely in place. Data: 30,000 juvenile crimes. Appears to be a big one, isn't it? In a country of 1.2 billion, 1, 2, nature of the crime. I steal a candy. What do you want me to do? You want to send me to a court of law? You want me to send to a trial room? Or you want to send me to a correction center? Even for matter of crimes such as rape, Sridhar method, advocacy and policy manager at Save the Children, pointed out that the most teen rape cases turn out to be cases of elopement wrongly booked as rape. They just ran away. Second, whether a juvenile is a rapist or a victim, the evidence is they are more a victim of abuse themselves because of the situation in which they survive. 57% of juvenile offenders are under deprivation and under poor condition of upbringing. The orphanages where they are sent usually, they are victims of crime rather than perpetrators of it. So my dear friend, let us see that 30,000 number into a perspective. Last, coming to Kasab, So you all know the story of Kasab is beyond juvenile and adult. It has got something bigger to do with, and that is what the Bible says. God does not punish, He corrects. If you believe in this philosophy, irrespective of whether it is Kasab or a juvenile, He will try to correct rather than punish. Second, should you forgive Kasab then? In the interest of family members? So there is the essence of forgiveness, but a responsible forgiveness. If the forgiveness makes you accountable, if there is evidence that if I forgive, the possibility of this individual to get into the mainstream is strong. If the possibility that this individual will turn into a 19-year-old Ashim who was apprehended for murder at the age of 13, after getting treated at a de-addiction center for juveniles, he is currently now working at that center, taking care of his mother and two sisters. If that possibility exists, it's better to forgive a Kasab equally as an Hashim. That is all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so firstly, I would like to say that I'm not confused about the age limit. I know at different places, different ages exist. I said I'm not believing in this system. This age is set by a theory of cognitive, based on theory of cognitive development. How, what is the cognitive growth of the brain? Is that particular brain mature enough to do the crime? If it is mature enough, it should be punished. If it is not, it should not be punished. This is the primary basis for setting that age limit, for setting that age of criminal culpability. So, according to widely accepted basic theory of cognitive development of human brain, there are four stages in which human brain processes. Sensory motor stage, below 2 years of old, 2 years, wherein child receives things from the external environment and reacts according to that. Then comes pre-operational stage, where child sees things based on his own perception and not logical. Then comes the interesting thing called concrete operational stage, where there is a huge development in the logical thinking of the brain, and finally comes formal operational stage. Once this brain reaches formal operational stage, then he can be free. He can be held responsible for any crime that he commits. But the thing is, like, what is more important to note here is there is no particular age wherein everyone reaches this formal operation stage. Different people have different cognitive development. That might be someone of age 16 who is far more mature when compared to someone of age 20. My friends used to tease me that your mental development is not even attained, they say that your mental development is not even compared to an age that a student. It's not to be laughed. They are like they said that for fun, but it's true in several cases. There are people who are even 20, but their mental development is not as mature as even 16, and there are people in 16 who is more mentally mature than people who are 20. In that case, how can you let this 16-year-old go away from the crime without being punished or giving shortened sentence? And also, another thing I would like to say is, you said about the case of Jignesh. What if Jignesh is 19 and if he loses his parents in early age, he goes through same things which happened till he's 16 years and he does child trafficking, sorry, drug trafficking. And what if this same happens in the actor in this movie, Trishan, and he's 19-year-old? As per this cognitive theory that I said, even people who are 19 years old and still they are not that very mentally mature, and still that there might be people who are more mentally mature than people who are 20 years old at 15. So apart from this, I would also like to see why can't we use section 84 of Indian Penal Code, which deals with criminal responsibility of mentally disordered people in India. This section 84 says that if a particular person is mentally disordered, I'm not asking to use this for a juvenile. I'm asking to frame a particular section like this for juvenile or add a clause in it, as we usually use to 84, 84, 84, something like that, and treat and frame in that particular case into this section. It's not fair if we treat juvenile as a juvenile should be treated as adults.
Okay, thank you. And this gentleman's time is over, so this is the time for audience to ask questions to both the participants. Yeah.
You spoke about exceptions, 16-year-old acting like 20-year-old. Yeah, so you spoke about exceptions like 16 years old. Yeah, you said what if a 16-year-old acting 20-year-old and a 20-year-old acting 16-year-old? So here we are not making a law. So like, and you don't make laws for exceptions. So you take the average.
If one or two is there, it is an exception. I can show you 50% of people who are more mature in 17 years old. If you take a bunch of 17-year-old and 18-year-old, I can show you that at least 40% of 17-year-olds are more mature than 18-year-olds. So all of you people will carry them with the same percentage. People who are in lesser age get more percentage than people who are of more age. Their mental thinking, the ability to think is far better than the people who are older than them.
Yeah, so there is exception. There is not really.
No, that's not exception. Exception, if you show one or two, that's exception. I can show thousands and thousands.
Okay, so what is I say you make according to age or limited maturity?
It should be based on the level of thinking, maturity, and that maturity should never be based on the age.
Okay, so
It should be based on
I request audience not to counter questions. Sir, my question is to you. You had suggested that students should be treated differently because it's better to forgive and have a proper psychological process which corrects them. Then isn't it better to have the same process for adults as well who are committing crimes and correct them rather than punish them? And that way we abolish the entire juvenile adult system and make a uniform correction system for all.
So the question is absolutely valid. Right? The question is absolutely valid, and so is your contention. The response is this, and it's very simple to understand. See, as an economy, we exist in a big resource run, and correction centers, if you see, correction centers with appropriate infrastructure are not less expensive or inexpensive. If you see the budget allocation of this financial year, it is as low as 633 crores for creating correction centers. Just imagine, this is even less than 50% of what it is for setting up one new IIM. Just imagine you want to allocate that paltry a budget to correct individuals whom you see as a problem to the society. You know, if that be the situation, I would say as a society, unfortunate it might be, if we have to optimize, probably we would prefer juvenile
definitely not based on age. You cannot draw a regression line between age and maturity and say that this is the threshold point. After 18 years, I should below what other measure? Yeah, definitely. See, people who are below 18 years of age, they may act like they haven't done a crime. What needs to be used is some concepts like emotions, react situations, how they are acting outside, with whom and all they are speaking, and like there are several devices to find that whether they are saying truth or not. Using several new technologies, you can easily identify whether he is speaking truth or not. So we can use some of these things. Whether he is not sure. There are several techniques today that we find in lyrics that he's cheap.
Any more questions? Okay, so we can proceed to the closing statement, and first it must be started with the opposition.
Okay, so as I understand from what my friend stated here, I still did not actually get a rebuttal of the points that I raised. Instead, I only got a defense of the rebuttal I provided. So I won't take the rebuttal further, but I would like to clarify one thing about this issue of age, and as a group you will understand that argument does not hold water, that I have seen thousands of people who are more mature than a 17-year-old. A 12-year-old is more mature than a 17-year-old, and this is my, my data. I'll actually provide a data which you will find more substantive, and this comes from several psychological studies which have been done by the UN Convention of the Rights of the Child, which establishes that probably an age of 18 is in all likelihood an appropriate age. So it settles that debate, right? So we hope that it's a UN-based agency and they might have done a rigorous study. Let me move ahead of that because it's all right to have a point. Let me ask you another thing, and I'll go point by point. As a community, what do we want? We want vengeance as against prudent instruction. We want abuse. Why do you sleep off? We want abuse, or we want to teach what is necessary. We want to tear a person apart, or we want to build a person. We want to kill someone along with a crime, or we want to turn someone away from evil. We want to apply an approach that is inherently harmful against an approach which can resurrect an individual. So all the first situations are situation of punishment. All the second situation are situation of correction. And that is what I am arguing for. As a society, we should hold high the issue of correction rather than punishment, more so for this kind of an age group. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As you said, 30,000 among 1.2 billion is not such a huge number, and these 20,000 might be involved in small cases like stealing neighbor's pencil or pen. But I have another interesting statistic which says that people who are considered as juveniles and involved in murder, attempt to murder, kidnapping, and rape alone accounted for 4,938 in 2011, and it increased to 5,703 in 2012. For a juvenile, this is a huge number. So we need to curb this. How can we do this? For curbing such huge number and huge growth rate, we we have to do away with this law of juvenile justice. Instead, what can be done? Why to teach someone what is acceptable after he commits crime in a juvenile school? Instead, why can't we include morally accepted behavior as subject in his, as in the curriculum in regular schools and teaching what is morally acceptable and what is not, so that he will be learning as a kid. In Tamil, there is one popular proverb which goes, "Aingil valayadu, aingozil valayadu." If one can't be corrected at the age of 5, he can never be corrected at the age of 50. So, having said all this, I still strongly say that juvenile justice system has to be done away with. Let's treat kids as adults, and they should be treated as adults when it comes to criminal crimes. Thank you.
Thank you for both those viewpoints. So this is the time for choosing the winner. So we will go through a democratic process, voting process, and so how many of you want to vote for Aravind Kumar Babu? We please request you to close your mic.
I'm not actually in favor of, but you can. I will prefer to move on.
Okay, how many of you prefer to vote for Aravind Kumar Babu? Okay, so 4. And how many of you are going to vote for our beloved professor? Okay, we also voted. So, the order is reversed here. So, we come to the conclusion of the debate. So, we have a clear winner, our beloved Professor Kumar Keshan, and we would like to thank our sponsors one more time, Newsbits, and we would like to thank our professor for accepting this, our participant, Aravind Kumar Babu, and all our audience. Thank you.